Hi guys, hello everyone. Welcome to Apna Commerce Club Academy. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Ayesha. I'll be teaching economics. So guys, this is basically a revision video of economics. Here we'll be talking about the chapter 1. Chapter 1 of economics, like what are the main important concepts. Okay. And before being our revision class, I just want to say you, please like, share and subscribe. Okay. So let's begin. Let's begin with our chapter 1. This chapter 1 is nothing but it's very easy actually. Like chapter 1 में ज़्यादा कुछ difficulty or complicated things are not there actually. So it is very easy for you people to understand. Okay. So here we are talking about what is business. You all know what is business. Business is nothing but economic activity. So these are the different types of examples of business: manufacturing, mining, construction, agriculture. So, like to make you understand that these are the like different things which are considered as business. Again, what does business represent? The business represents activity transforming set of inputs into a set of output. Then they'll take an input, transform that, and transform into an output. That is your business. And we all have seen that business is nothing but economic activity. Why economics? Economics because it is a discipline which is helpful in analyzing the rationality and optimality of a given choice. The term economics is derived from the Greek word oikonomia, which means household. Guys, these are the things which are very important. And ICA will ask in MCQs. Okay, so economics is nothing but it is a Greek word which means household. Okay. The Wealth of Nation by Adam Smith is considered the first modern work of economics. And who is the father of economics? We already Adam Smith. And what is economics about? So economics is a fundamental part of humans have unlimited wants and there's a means to satisfy these unlimited wants. Economics says that humans have unlimited wants because we humans are very greedy in nature. We have unlimited wants. And the means to satisfy these unlimited wants, how do you satisfy these unlimited wants? What are the ways? How do how do you use your scarce resources to optimum best utilization so that like all of your wants are satisfied? Next, we are coming here is definition of business economics. What is business economics? Business economics nothing but it is defined as use of economic analysis to make business decisions involving the best use of organization scale resources. मतलब यहाँ पे ये बोल रही थी use of economic analysis. We use economic analysis here to make business decisions. Why? Because it involves the use of organization scale resources. So we are saying that our organization which has scale resources. What does scale resources means? Scale resources is nothing but having limited resources, right? Limited resources. Scale resources are nothing but limited resources. So how do you use those limited resources to the best use of organization so that you have a very less expense and very huge profits? So in that time, you'll be using business economics. Okay, so that is nothing but our definition of business economics. Now coming is nature of business economics. What is the nature of business economics? See, in the nature of business economics, there are two major parts involved here, microeconomics and macroeconomics. We'll see about that. So what is microeconomics? Microeconomics is nothing but the focus is on small number or a group of units. Okay, it is nothing but it is a small number or a group of units. But here we're talking about individual parts. Here we're talking about individual parts. So see, these are the examples of a micro. We have product pricing, consumer behavior, factor pricing. So these are nothing but these are the example to give you an idea of what is micro. Okay. So next is macroeconomics. What is macroeconomics? It analyzes the overall economic environment. It analyzes overall economic environment. In micro, we're talking about individual, but when it comes to macro, we're talking about overall economic environment. Okay, we're seeing everything as combined, as a whole, as like one. So see, these are the examples of what we call macroeconomics. National income and national output. You have general price level, interest rates, and everything. So you have national income, national output. You can see we are talking about as a whole. See, like पूरे country के बारे में we are talking here. It's not about like each state wise we are going each state national income we are considering. No, we are talking about whole country's national income and national output. So that's like combined. So that is the what you call microeconomics and macro. Micro is nothing but you're talking about individual parts here. Macro, overall economic phenomena. Matlab everything is combined here as a whole. So guys, next coming to this, the following points will describe nature of business economics. Here we'll seeing about what is the nature of business economics. What are the things involved in the nature of business economics? So first is business economics is a science. Why are we comparing business economics with science? Because see, science is a systemized body of knowledge which establishes cause and effect relationship. Same. Whereas even our business economics is also uses scientific methods and empirical tests to reach what we call to reach the economic decisions which we'll be using in the business. So that's why we are comparing business economics is a science. Next, they are saying based on microeconomics. So they are saying that business economics is based on micro because here we are business economics more concerned with decision making problems of individual establishments. That's why we are saying that business economics is micro. Again, incorporates elements of macro analysis. See, in the second point, we have seen that the business economics is based on micro, but again here they are saying that business economics not totally dependent on micro. It is not totally a microeconomics. There are few aspects of microeconomics also. Why? Because we all know every business is affected by external environments. What are the external environments we have seen? General price level, we have income, employment levels, everything, and we have government policies like taxation, interest rate, exchange rates. So these are the external environments, external things which will affect the business. So these are the things which comes under macro. So hence we can say that business economics is based on micro, but also it has few aspects of macro. Then we have business economics is also an art. Okay, it involves practical application of rules and principles. Next, we are talking about use of theory of markets and private enterprises. What does that mean? So it means that business economics largely uses theory of markets and private enterprises because it uses the theory of firms and resource allocation in the backdrop of private enterprise economics. So they are saying that business economics uses the theory of markets, like how the market function, what are the different kinds of markets involved, and how does private enterprises work. What are the difficulties involved in the private enterprises? How are they using the scarce resources? So that is the use of the theory of markets and private enterprises. Next, we are saying that pragmatic in approach. They're saying that business economics is pragmatic in its approach because it tackles practical problems which the firms face in real world. So it's not like based upon some theory written in paper. It talks about real problems which are faced in the real world. Then we have interdisciplinary in nature. Matlab, business economics is interdisciplinary in nature as it incorporates tools from other disciplines because we have seen that business economics involves various other disciplines also. We have seen in the first point business economics is a science. It involves science, it involves mathematics because of different types of calculations are involved here. It also involves accounts. It takes into the account. It takes accounts also into consideration. Then we have marketing, finance. See, like there are various disciplines involved. So that's why we are saying that it is interdisciplinary in nature. Next, it is we are saying that business economics is normative nature. Why is we saying business economics normative nature? Yes, first of all, what is normative nature? Normative nature in nature, matlab, it involves units. It involves units. It involves amounts. That is your normative in nature. That is your normative nature. So in business economics, as we have seen, so like it involves like various different types of what we call disciplines. It also uses theory of market. It is practical in approach. See, when you are applying your practical knowledge, you will be using some calculations, right? You'll be using some calculations. You will be analyzing the decisions. You will be calculating things. Numbers are involved. So that's why we are saying that business economics is normative in nature. So guys, these are the points which describe the nature of business economics. So business economics is science. It is based on micro. It incorporates elements of macro also. Business economics is also an art. Use of theory of markets and private enterprises, pragmatic in approach, interdisciplinary in nature, and normative in nature. Next, coming to this. Scope of business economics. What is the scope of business economics? What does business economics consist of? So we are saying that business economics has internal issues and external issues. Okay. What does that mean? What does internal issues? See, internal issues is nothing but related to the enterprise, inside the enterprise, inside the organization, inside a firm. What are the issues faced by that firm? External issues is nothing but outside the firm. What are the external things which will affect the business? So we'll be seeing about that. देखो, अभी first coming is microeconomics applied to internal and operational issues. So it's nothing but it arises within the organization and fall within the purview and control of the management. Okay, it is internal in nature, and we will be seeing what are the for example, microeconomic theories deal with most of these issues. How do you solve these internal issues? See, when we are saying internal issues, don't you think microeconomics will be applied here? Because you're talking about each individual business. Every individual business will have different types of internal issues. So that's why we say that internal issues uses microeconomics to solve their internal issues. Okay? So see here, how do you deal with this issue? First is demand analysis and forecasting. They're saying that demand analysis pertains to behavior of the consumers. It studies the nature of consumer preferences. It says that how the demand of the consumer changes, if there is an increase or decrease in demand, how the consumer preferences are changing. And demand forecasting is nothing but is a technique of predicting future demand for the goods and services. In future, how much will be the demand? Will the consumers will demand the same as in the present case? So that is forecasting. Next is production cost analysis. What is that? See, production theory explains the relationship between inputs and outputs. Okay, production theory is nothing but it explains the relation between inputs and outputs. Like, what does cost analysis do? It enables the firm to recognize the behavior of cost. Okay, first is production theory. Production theory, where it talks that how much input you will be using, how much output you will be using, what will be your cost of production. And next, cost analysis, what does it do? See, cost analysis says that it talks about the behavior of the cost. See, what if I increase the cost of the product? Will the demand will the same? The consumer still demand the same product? What if I decrease the cost? And how much cost am I incurring in my business? What is my total expenditure? Next coming is inventory management. So here they say that it pertains to the rules that the firm can use to minimize the cost associated with maintaining inventory. They're talking about how do you maintain your inventory in a best efficient manner so that the cost of maintaining your inventory will be very low. You see, we maintain inventory in warehouses, go downs, right? So how do you minimize that? So that is your inventory management. Then you have market structure and pricing policies. What is that? It is nothing but it provides information about the nature and extent of competition. It provides market structure is it provides a blueprint of the market. How does market function? What is the competition involved in the market? What are the different types of markets? What are the competitors? How are they performing? What is the price they are charging? Everything. And next, pricing policies. What is that? It explains how prices are determined under different kinds of the market conditions. Okay. That is our market structure and pricing policies. Next, we have resource allocation. What is resource allocation? It is nothing but business economics with the help of advanced tools such as linear programming enables the firm to arrive best course of action for optimum utilization of available resources. Here, nothing but see that they're saying that how do you utilize your resource? How do you allocate your resource to the best optimum utilization so that your resources are not wasted. So there will be a minimum wastage. So they are saying that you will be using advanced tools. Okay. Next, theory of capital and investment decisions. What is that? See, for maximum profit, the firm has to be carefully. Okay, it has to be very careful when it comes to its investment decisions. So like you have to be very careful where you invest so that your rate of return will be higher so that you don't incur a lot of losses and the money you are investing does not like just go into waste. You have to incur profit, right? Because with the same profit, you will be running your business. Again, see, series related to capital investment provides scientific criteria for choice investment projects and its assessment of the efficiency of capital. Thus, they are saying that choice investment projects are nothing but in which products will you invest. Okay, so that was about the theory of capital and investment decisions. Next, you have profit analysis. What is that? Profit analysis nothing but it guides the firms in the measurement and management of profit conditions of uncertainty. They're saying that measurement and management of the profits. How do you manage your profits and how do you measure your profits? What are the criteria? What are the again measurements involved to measure the profits earned by the business? See, profit analysis is also immensely useful in future profit planning also. See, if you analyze your profit, like in so and so month, I will be incurring profit, so you can plan your future projects also. Next, we have risk and uncertainty analysis. Sometimes this is also very important because see, it helps the business firms in arriving at efficient decisions and in formulating plans because you don't know what kind of risk and uncertainty will arise in future. Of course, there are risk and uncertainties involved in every business, but you can't predict everything, right? You can't predict. Like COVID, no one predicted COVID. You didn't know like that will happen. Businesses will be shut down and everything. So such types of risk and uncertainty are always involved. So what are the things we have seen in the Abhita? Seen internal issues or operational issues, another same. We use microeconomics, okay? And what are the theories of microeconomics which we'll be using here? First, we have demand analysis and forecasting. Next, you have production and cost analysis. Then you have inventory management, market structure and pricing policies, resource allocation, theory of capital investment decisions, profit analysis, risk and uncertainty. Now we'll be seeing about macro. See, in macro, nothing but see, they say that macroeconomics applied to external. Okay, see, again, what does mean by external or environmental issues? See, external issues, you can say like the government, okay, taxation, that's an external issue. It's not in the hands of the management. Right? Environmental issues like you have what do you call related to like pollution. See, every production or manufacturing units, they have this certain standards, like this is the pollution, you cannot like this is the limit of the pollution, you cannot increase the limit, you cannot like go beyond this limit of the pollution. So that is your environmental. So these are like all external, which are not in the hands of the management. Management can't do anything. So here the type of economic system, stage of business cycle. So how business like the how business cycle is functioning, and we see the general trends in national income, employment, pricing, like how they are increasing or decreasing the trends which we see here. And we see government economic policies like industrial policy, competition policy, fiscal policy, because these are foreign trade policy, globalization policies, because these are all external. So we have working of central banks and financial sector. We have social economic organizations also. Then we have social and political environment. So these are nothing but is our external issues. So because we deal our external issues with the help of all this. Okay. Now, so guys, now coming up is the difference between economics. Okay, the difference between economics and business economics. See, this is very easy. Economics it involves framing. Business economic involves application. Micro and macro both are involved in economics. In business economics, only micro. And here the main task is individual as well as entities. Here the main task is only business entities. Then our economics is both positive and normative, but business economics only normative. And economics is a wider scope, and business economics is a narrow scope. Next, branches of business. See, in business economics, in economics, business economics is one of the branch. Okay, and what you call it is an applied branch of economics. And here, production to consumption, all the theories are involved. Here, only profit theory is used. And it includes analysis of macro level, it analysis of micro. And here, we only concentrate on economic aspects. Here, economic and non-economic aspects, both things are covered. Then we have certain assumptions here. In the economics, we have certain assumptions, and sometimes some assumptions becomes invalid when applied. So this is the difference between what we call economics and business economics. Okay. So guys, wow, that was about unit one, a small revision, a brief discussion of unit one. Now we are coming to unit two. So see, in unit two, we talk about basic problems of an economy and the role of price mechanism. Okay. So let's complete this also. See, what are the basic problems of an economy? We have so many problems actually. We like what do you call, see, these problems which are faced in the economy are nothing but called as a central economic problems. Okay, see, the central economic problem further divided into four basic: what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, and what provisions, if any, are to be made. Like we say that if we are say what is the problem we face, we say that भाई साहब क्या produce करना, कितना produce करना, to whom to produce, and what are the provisions to be made, everything. We'll see about like each of these things, what to produce. Every society must decide which good to produce, it should be produced. Like it depends upon what you want to put, like what is the necessary thing, food or weapons. What is most important things? What do you want to produce? So you have to decide between them. And how to produce. How to produce is because see, we have labor intensive techniques and capital intensive techniques. Labor intensive techniques and capital intensive techniques. Because guys, we see that which is cheap, which involves less cost, and also which is very efficient and effective. So that is how we decide how to produce. And next we have whom to produce, but whom we have to produce. A society must take, but take is a society must take is from whom it should produce. Like we have different types of groups. Like we have kids, we have teenagers, we have like the middle-aged people, then we have old people. For whom we have are we producing the goods? It's like for which category of people will you produce the goods? For whom to produce? And what provision should be made for economic growth. That means a society must decide how much savings and investment should be made for future progress. That means it's not like you produce everything abhi in present. You should also save and invest for the future. So like you provide like just you keeping your money aside and you're using that money and investing it somewhere else to secure your future. So, so that is what provision should be made for economic growth. Now, we are coming is what is economic systems. We have different types of economic systems. We have capitalist, socialist, mixed economic. Okay, so we'll seeing about each one of these one by one. First, we'll be seeing about capitalist economy. What is capitalist economy? Okay, it means all of the production are owned and controlled by private individuals for profit. It's controlled by private individuals. We have Hong Kong, South Korea. Okay. So next, what are the characteristics of capitalist economy? They say that first is the right to private property. So productive factors such as land, factories, machinery, mines, etc. are under private ownership. Next, freedom of enterprise. They said everyone is free to engage in any type of economic activity. जिसको जो होना वो बना सकते. Freedom of economic choice. Free to make economic choices. Then we have profit motive. What does that mean? Profit motive. Deriving force in a free enterprise economy. Deriving force in a free enterprise economy and direct all its economic activities. So like here the main motive is profit motive. We are doing business only for the profit. Next, we have consumer sovereignty. What does that mean? So they are saying that birds ultimately determine which good or service will be produced and in what quantities because they are the ones who are in the control. So they will be deciding क्या produce होता, कितना produce होता, everything. And then we have competition. Competition brings out the best among the buyers and sellers and results in efficient use of resources. Then you have absence of government defense because in capitalist everything is in the controls of private enterprises. So there is very less government interference. So all economic decisions and activities are guided by self-interest and price mechanisms and operates automatically without any direct direction or control by governmental authorities. So these are the characteristics of capitalist economy. Right to provide private property, freedom to of enterprise, freedom of economic choice, profit motive, consumer sovereignty, competition, and absence of government interference. And what are the advantages and disadvantages of capitalist economy? First we'll see advantages, then we'll coming to disadvantages. Okay. So they are saying that self-regulating and works automatically, efficient and incentive to work, and the process of economic growth likely to be faster than capitalism, and resources are used in most productive way. High degree of operative efficiency, cost of production is minimized. Then cost capitalist economy, they offer a lot of incentives for efficient economic decisions. Consumers are benefited here, and capitalism offers incentives for innovation and technological progress. And we also have capitalism preserves fundamental rights. It preserves fundamental rights, and capitalism rewards men of initiative and enterprise, and it encourages an enterprise and risk taking. Okay, so these are nothing but these are advantages. These are nothing but these are advantages of capitalist economy. Okay, next we'll be seeing about what we call disadvantages. What are disadvantages? We have economic inequality, social injustice. They have precedence of property rights over human rights. They're saying that in economic inequalities lead to wide differences. And we also say they ignore the human welfare because we have seen that they're only considered about the profits. And there are so many like income inequality, rotation of labor. There is, see, consumer sovereignty, they're saying that it is myth because what do they want? They just want profits in nothing but. And they're saying that there will be a lot of misallocation of resources also. And you have less of merit goods like your education, health. Those are your merit goods, right, guys? Next, they say that unplanned productions are involved, an enormous waste of productive resources, and they are saying formulation of monopoles. So this was about capitalist economy. Then we are coming is the socialist economy. What is socialist economy? It is socialist economy is also known as command economy, centrally planned economy. Okay, we'll seeing what is socialist economy. See, actually in socialist economy, production and distribution of goods are aimed at maximizing welfare of the community. Okay, what are the characteristics of socialist economy? Collective ownership. That means profit motive, self-interest are not only the driving force of economic activity. Okay. Next, we have economic planning. What is that? See here, central planning authorities. Who is central planning authorities? Basically, government. So they take because in socialist economy, government is involved. They are the ones who plan everything. They see the welfare of the people. So economic planning is involved. Next is absence of consumer choice. Freedom from hunger is guaranteed, but consumers by planned sovereignty gets restricted. Okay, freedom of hunger is guaranteed. Like कोई भूखे न सोते, but you have very limited choices. Okay. Next, relatively equal income distributions. They say that relative equality of income is important feature of socialism because the differences in income and wealth are narrowed down by lack of opportunities. The difference between the income and wealth are narrowed down. Okay, relative income and income equal distribution. Then you have minimum role of price mechanism market forces. What does that mean? Price mechanism exists in a socialist economy, but it has only secondary role. Okay. Next, absence of competition. So there is a absence of competition under socialism. There is very zero competition. So what are the characteristics of socialist economy? Collective ownership, economic planning, and you have absence of consumer choice, relatively equal income distributions, and then you have minimum role of price mechanism market forces, and last is absence of competition. Okay, same we'll be seeing the advantages and disadvantages of socialist economy. First, distribution of wealth and per income, equitable distribution you will have of wealth and income. Then you have rapid and balanced economic development. And socialist economy is nothing but it is a planned economy, okay? And here the utilization, resources of utilization are utilized in a better way. And we are also saying that there is zero competition here and unemployment is minimized. Then the absence of profit helps community to develop and it ensures better welfare of the society. And we also say that socialism ensures right to work and minimum standard of living of all the people. Laborers and consumers are protected here and there is a social security. Okay. So these are the advantages of socialist economy. What are the disadvantages? They're saying that predominance of bureaucracy is involved, resulting in inefficiency and delays. And they also say that it restricts the freedom of the individuals. And you have socialism takes away the basic rights, like right of private property, because the government is involved now. So because everything is in hands, everything is in the control of government here. So, like owning a private property under socialist economy is actually very difficult. So, it will not provide necessary incentives to hard work or in the form of profit. Next, they are saying that administrative prices are not determined, and they're saying that no proper basis for cost calculation also, and state monopolies will be created which are very uncontrollable. And next, you have very limited freedom of choice, okay, and no importance given to personal or efficiency and productivity of laborers. Extreme form of socialism is not at all practical. It's very difficult in today's generation, actually. So that was about socialist economy. Okay. Next coming is mixed economy. What is mixed economy? It is nothing but it depends on both markets and government allocation. So there is nothing but this is a combination of capitalist economy plus you have socialist economy. दोनों को मिला के the combination of capitalist economy, socialist economy, mixed economy is formed. Okay. See, the aim is to develop a system which tries to include both features, like best features of both the capitalist and socialist economy. So, we'll seeing the characteristic of mixed economy. So there are three characteristics involved. You have a private sector, public sector, and you have combined sector. Okay. Okay. The first is the private sector. What is private sector? It is nothing but are managed and controlled by private individuals or groups. Okay. Here it is owned and controlled by the private individuals. But sometimes a few other things which will be regulated by government directly or indirectly. So like they will give certain policies and everything which will be directed by government. So there are few things which will be in the hands of the government. Next, you have public sector. What is that? It is set up by the state for the welfare of the community. Then you have combined sector. What is that? Both government and the private sector have equal access. Matlab both will come together, join their hands, and work together. Then we will see about what are the advantages and disadvantages of mixed economy. So what first we will have economic freedom. Okay. Next, price economic and competition forces. The private sector to promote efficient decision making, better resource allocation. Consumers are benefited and the consumers have lot of freedom of choice. Appropriate incentives are given and it encourages enterprises to take risks. And advantages of economic planning and rapid economic development will be there. Then you will also have comparatively greater economic and social equality. Okay. And what are the disadvantages? Characterized by excessive controls, like where there are so many controls, resulting in reduced incentives and constrained book growth. So there will not be huge growth, very slow growth you will have. Next, you have very difficult to maintain a proper balance between public and private enterprises because both function very differently, right? So there will be where it is difficult to maintain a proper balance between them. And they are saying the absence of strong government initiatives, what will private sector will do? It is likely to grow disproportionately. Again, the system would then resemble capitalism. That nothing but if there is no strong government involved, then private enterprise will try to take control, right? Then it is nothing but capitalism के जैसे ही बन रहा हो. So these are the disadvantages. So okay, so guys, this was about the revision of chapter 1 of economics. nature and the scope of business economics, where we have discussed various different things of what is business economics, its nature, okay, microeconomics, macroeconomics, and internal issues, external issues. Then we have also seen the different types of economy involved. We have capitalist economy, socialist, mixed economy, its characteristics, and at the same time its advantages, disadvantages. Everything we have covered here. Everything we have covered. Okay. So, guys, this is basically our chapter 1. Okay. I hope you people have understood the concept of what you call the concept of